Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Jan Moses here, back with another podcast. It's a double header, just like we mentioned, and Harry and I are jumping right into it. I'm not even going to reintroduce Harry because you guys know he's here, and if you don't know he's here, well then watch our other videos because if it's a 2K podcast, Harry's going to be here. We're going to be talking about the season 2. I guess we'll be talking about the season 2 preview we'll really mostly be covering the MyTeam playbook that came out earlier this afternoon for season 2 in MyTeam NBA 2K24 or NBA 2K24 MyTeam. We shared our grade for season 1 in the last video. Go ahead and check that out to see where Harry and I agreed and disagreed when it came to our letter grade and how we got to our grades. But something tells me that we're going to be sharing a similar sentiment towards our view on season 2. So I think the way we're going to go about this is I have a couple of screenshots that I took from the blog or from the playbook. Sorry, Harry, I know I keep saying blog. In the very, very first, I guess, paragraph or two here in the playbook, they talk about us getting the liftoff packs, which are going to feature 2 diamonds, one of which is, I know it's Harry's favorite New York Knick of all time, Carmelo Anthony. Along with Tim Duncan, who's a card that I've always liked in MyTeam. And we'll also be getting a diamond Michael Jordan, who will be an insert, meaning he'll be pullable in packs, which I think is pretty exciting. Before I throw it over to you, though, Harry, one interesting thing that I do want to mention before we maybe go through the players that are in the sets, if you care about it, is if you add Michael Jordan's diamond card to your lineup this weekend, there's an agenda for him that's a limited time, I believe just through this, upcoming Sunday, where if you score 23 points with this diamond Michael Jordan in a game, as you can see here, you get 50,000 MT, which is
I think they mentioned that for all 3 cards.
Really?
Yeah, all three diamonds. Yep.
That's awesome. I have not really looked at the playbook that much. I took screenshots and that popped out to me because it was in bold. Before I get on to anything else, Harry, I want to know your thoughts on the diamonds that are coming and this limited agenda, I guess, with the diamond MJ, who's going to be in packs. Before you share your thoughts, though, really quickly, I want to know what is your guess for how much that diamond MJ is going to cost in the player market tomorrow?
Okay. I think my guess is around 250K. I can definitely see 2K going that direction. What do you think?
I could definitely see that. I'm also going to quickly show the screen. I forgot to show it. I could see...
I hope it's not like 300K or something ridiculous like that.
I'll tell you that my big fear when it comes to this is the fact that there's a 50,000 MT like rebate almost. It's kind of what it's like a rebate. I'm worried that's going to be even more than 300K. If you look at it, I forgot somewhere I read it. They were doing like the differences in pricing for each tier. Like I think a ruby is 4 times the price of a sapphire. Not that I think what an amethyst is twice the price of a ruby. So my big fear is they make diamonds like 2.5 times the price of amethyst. So if an amethyst was 140K at launch, I think 2.5 is 350K. That's my fear, is they make diamond MJ 350K. I think 250K is healthy. I would say even 275 I'm cool with. 300K I'm a little iffy with, and then 350K I'd be very upset.
Yeah, I can see that where 2K is like, oh, you have to spend over 300K, but you get a 50K bat. I can see them doing that.
Yeah, because if you think about it, right, what's like you don't have any incentive to buy this Michael Jordan earlier. It's not like this is. It's not like we have like an auction house. Like Michael Jordan's price is not going to drop from Friday to Monday, but the difference is you're going to lose that limited agenda on Monday.
Yep.
What are your thoughts outside of MJ on these other 2 sets with the Carmelo Anthony and Tim Duncan coming to MyTeam tomorrow?
Yeah, no, I first want to say I'm glad that Jan said we both have similar feelings towards the blog because I think that the season 2 is going to be awesome. So I'm glad we share the same opinion. No, all jokes aside, it's quite the opposite. But yeah, no, I think this is cool. I think that what better way to kind of hype up the diamonds coming to 2K and packs, if not starting with the diamond Michael Jordan. I think that I feel like 2K is kind of against me. They're like, you know what? We know that Harry spent over $1 million to get that diamond KD. We're just going to release Harry's favorite NBA player of all time, a diamond, Carmelo Anthony. I mean, that card art, I can talk about that for an hour. I mean, he looks awesome in that Knicks uniform. It reminds me of when Jan and I were excited about the 2K22, I think, Pink Diamond Carmelo
Yeah.
that we grinded for in season 1. So
Yep.
I think that card's awesome. As much as I vowed I probably wouldn't spend nearly as much MT on players in season 2, Carmelo might have to make a little, I might have to make an excuse for it to get that card because I think it's great. I think
Yeah.
those cards are cool. I think I don't even know if you got there, but some of the amethysts and rubies and sapphires sound like pretty good budget players that might, be cool in the lineup. So, overall, I think listen, there's going to be tons of negatives and very few positives, but I think this is a cool positive. I think this is a good introduction to diamonds. I think they're coming at a good point in the game. I think they did a good job of not making amethysts and rubies and all those cards kind of outstay their welcome. They allowed us, Jan and I, who enjoy the slow pacing, to enjoy this in season 1, and now we can head right into season 2 with new and better cards.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm showing a few of the player items here that you can get in each of the sets. The Tim Duncan set looks pretty cool. I mean, that Sapphire Lou Dort, I'm pretty excited to take a look at as like a budgety Sapphire card, even though, as we talked about in the last podcast episode, there really is no such thing as budget players anymore, unfortunately. Emerald Bobster looks pretty cool too. For the Mellow set, I mean, the Mike Finley and George Mikan Amethyst, I'm really interested in, because if they give that George Mikan anything close to a respectable 3-ball, that makes him a very interesting center, in my opinion. And the rest of the cards, I mean, a Sapphire Dion Waiters, why not? I'm happy to go 0 for 80 from 3 with Dion Waiters. That could be a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
And one more card that I really like is that Amethyst Glenn Robinson. I
Oh
loved his
yeah.
Sapphire in 2K24, so I can't even imagine how good his Amethyst is. So I'll definitely look out for that card. The Finley, I remember having a Diamond Finley in 2K19. I loved him, so he's a card I'll look out for. But yeah, there's a bunch of cards. Even a Knicks throwback to Aaron Aflalo. I mean, I
Oh
don't even
my
know if you remember
god.
that player.
I
He was on
do.
the
That was
team so
disgusting.
many
He was
years ago.
so bad.
Awful.
So
So,
bad. I was so excited after we got him from Orlando, just from the flop.
yeah,
Awful.
so just for the memories, maybe I'll pick up that card.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, so again, we'll see what the price is going to be for this Michael Jordan. I think this is going to be the biggest storyline to come out of tomorrow in MyTeam. Season 2, day 1 of MyTeam. Biggest storyline, what is Diamond Michael Jordan's price? Because if he's over 300K, which I'm afraid he's going to be, the community is going to be up in arms. And I feel like them putting in a limited time agenda for him for this weekend is going to be their way of justifying the absurd price that they put him at.
And you know what? Sorry, if I
Go
can
ahead.
say one more thing.
Please.
Here's the thing. To be fair, if in the auction house in the older 2Ks, I would assume, and I guess hope, because I like when cards have value when they would come out, I would think of Michael Jordan, a diamond Michael Jordan, and even a diamond Carmelo would be going for more than 300K MT. But the problem is, you would rightfully assume that in 3 weeks, or when new cards come out, it will significantly drop in value. This is not the case with the player market, where they're only going to drop 5%. So I think that shows where, like, I think in a normal world, I would be fine with them, people pricing these cards that high, but at least you'd know they would drop eventually. In this case, it's like they might be as high as it might be in an auction house, but they're not going to, significantly drop in price over time. So I think that's the problem,
Yeah, and then again, the other problem is the obvious problem, which is, I mean, it doesn't really hurt you if you're going for Carmelo or for Tim Duncan because you're locking in that set. But if you get that Michael Jordan card and you don't like him, because I've seen on the 2K subreddit that Jordan does not have a good release this year. If you get Michael Jordan because you're like, oh, Michael Jordan, the GOAT, 94 rated, one of the best cards in the game, and then you don't like his release and you go to sell him, you're basically losing what? You're losing so much MT. I can't do the math on what losing 60% of 350K is right now, but if that is what it goes for, even at 250K, that's way too much MT to be hemorrhaging out of your MyTeam wallet. So if you were to buy that card at that price tag, you're basically marrying yourself to Michael Jordan for at least a month. So that's also really rough. So the combination of the price is not going down, and then once you buy the card, you're kind of tied to the card unless you're okay with losing all that MT. It really, really sucks. And speaking of other things that I think Harry and I are going to agree that really, really sucks, the rewards for grinding in Season 2 this year don't look all that exciting because they're all Ruby cards for the most part. Before I throw it to you, Harry, I'm going to quickly go through these players that we have here. You get an Emerald Luca at level 3, it looks like. You get, Emerald Luca level 3, Emerald Anthony Davis at level 6, a Sapphire Bernard King, New York Nick Legend at level 10, a Ruby Jeff Hornacek, another Nick Legend, but in terms of him being a head coach. You get Kevin McHale, then you get, I guess, Rick Fox as a token card, Phil Jackson Ruby, okay, cool, another Nick Legend, Amethyst Jerome Kersey at 40 tokens. Speaking of, don't forget to redeem your tokens, everybody. I have to do mine tonight. Okay, are these all Nicks? Harry, what's happening here? Ruby Raymond Felton is the Triple Threat Online co-op reward for 50 wins.
Yeah, and you better not piss him off, or else he'll take out a gun and aim it at his wife. So
oh my god, is that true?
That in mind. Yeah, it's true.
Well, that's crazy. I mean, first of all, I don't know if you've seen a picture of him lately, but he's put on a lot of weight. It does not look great for Raymond Felton right now. Then Ruby Bob Love for Triple Threat Online, 50 wins. Mike Conley, first of all, already 2 Ruby point guards when we already have Diamond Kyrie Irving and Diamond Dwayne Wade. Very, very silly. I don't know why. I love Mike Conley, but that's just stupid to me. Ruby Clifford Robinson for winning 50 Clutch Time online games. Clutch Time offline's Ruby Eddie Johnson. The unlimited reward is Chris Morris. I don't know who that is. And then for hitting level 40,
no idea.
You get Diamond Wilt Chamberlain, and should you get all those reward cards, and you get a Diamond Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, really cool card. They have to make him point guard eligible for him to even be interesting to me, and even then, it's another point guard. Harry, I know when you sent me the screenshots with these rewards, you sent me a 2-word text that just read Oy vey. Do you have more than 2 words now to share your thoughts on the state of the rewards for Season 2 and how disappointing they look?
Yeah, it's a good thing we're getting a Diamond Shea because I don't think 2K has given us any point guards or shooting guard rewards all year, so I think that's good. But no, it's awful. As, Jim Cornette would say in the wrestling world, these rewards are flatter than a plate full of piss because these are just awful. I mean, there isn't one reward that stands out as even remotely decent. And going beyond that, the fact that diamonds are now being released in games and we're going for rubies, like that, it doesn't make any sense. Why? And even for people who buy players, what's the point of buying a diamond so you can grind for rubies? Like it doesn't even make sense that if you buy the Pro Pass, you get an Amethyst Donovan Mitchell, which I think the whole point of getting that Giannis was you'd get a card that was significantly a little bit better than the rubies that you'd be grinding for. So how does it make sense that you get an Amethyst for that, but you get all rubies for grinding the modes? It doesn't make any sense. All these rewards suck. Dude, why am I gonna grind freaking what's a good example? Why am I gonna grind for I don't even know the Felton, what you get for him? Who wants a Felton on your team? Certainly not Felton's wife. She won't be grinding for that. Bob Love, Mike Conley. Who the fuck is Clifford Robinson? What are these cards? This is such a disgrace to anything. The Wilt is all right. They gave us a Wilt after giving us a Shaq, which is significantly better. The Shy, it's like we just got a Kyrie, a Wade, a Roy. 2K needs to lay off the freaking cocaine with these point guards and shooting guards because it's a little too much here. It's like, I don't care about the Wilt. I mean, maybe it'll be nice to have him, but I don't feel the need to get him. Like the Kyrie, I could care less about a Shy because my point guard and shooting guard lists are completely filled with better cards. I don't care about any of these rubies. So not only am I scared to buy cards because of the player market, but I also don't care enough to play any of these modes. Even the token market, these players suck. That's probably where you get the felt. It's for co-op. I guess you won't expect any co-op videos with Jan and I because we're not getting this Ruby schmuck Raymond fucking Felton on our team.
Oh my god. I love that if you're watching this video right now, you came for the analysis, but you stayed for the Raymond Felton slander. That's why I'm here right now.
You know what's funny? Quick story as I interrupt this awful mess of 2K players. In like 2K14, I had a My League. Mind you, I was in like middle school at the time, and I had a My League with the Knicks. I wanted to play every single game, get to 81 games with the Knicks. And Raymond Felton was the starting point guard. And the
Yep.
night before, funny enough, after I went to the Knicks game against the Mavericks, I saw Felton. I saw Carmelo drop 40 points on Dirk's head. And I guess Felton was so jealous of how great Carmelo is that he took a gun and aimed it at his wife.
Oh my
And
god.
I felt like I couldn't morally keep this man on my team. So I benched him, Felton. I was like, I'm gonna put the GOAT Pablo Prigioni over you in the starting lineup because
Legend.
Felton, you're not doing it for me anymore. And I have to really I have to be a respectful owner of my New York Knicks team and really, hand out the consequences. So we will not be getting any co-op videos for Felton, and we certainly won't be doing any unlimited grind for Chris Morris, who is equivalent to the homeless guy I just met. I'm on a first name basis with him near the Dollar General because I have no idea who that guy is. Like I don't know. None of this makes sense. Why are there rubies? I think 2K did a great job with the pacing, but it's like they forgot that they also have to upgrade their rubies because now rubies are pretty much irrelevant to any team. I think you made the point when we were texting that most people who casually play the game have at least an amethyst on their team from the agendas or whatnot. So what are we doing here, 2K? This is
Yeah.
not good. I have no motivation to play this, no motivation to buy any players, and yeah, I hope I hit my target on that point because I hope I articulated my point well in that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you did. I mean, for a second, I'm gonna come off of the screen showing the rewards for this year just to show the. Let me see if this is gonna work now. Hold on. Where is the? Oh no, not on that. Hold on. Where's my watch party? There we go. So you should be able to see my screen right now. You being the YouTube audience here, and I don't even have all my amethysts in here. I play this game mode. I would say not very casually because I obviously did grind for the Dwayne Wade, even though he's not a limited time reward. You can grind for him whenever you want. But like this is my lineup. I have 4 amethysts, and I'm only running this Ruby Channing Fried center right now because I'm grinding for the Ruby Amari Stoudemire right now. But like I could easily throw like Kevin Love over here at center. I may go ahead and get Kawhi Leonard and Marc Gasol and throw Marc Gasol in, and I have the MT for that because I've been playing the game again relatively casually and I have enough MT to go and buy them. But the point is, I could have a starting 5 of a diamond and 4 amethysts, and then I'd have a diamond Kyrie Irving coming off the bench with like another couple of amethysts off the bench more than likely. I have a good number of diamonds and amethysts for a casual player. Rubies don't move me. Like by the time I get to 50 wins or 100 wins in some of these game modes that you see here on your screen, it's going to be too late. Like if you look at the pacing, like yeah, I appreciate them not rushing to give us higher tier cards, but now what's happening is we're kind of lopsided. The players that we're getting in packs are all diamonds and amethysts now. I mean, Michael Jordan is going to be the first player that you can pull out of packs, I think, who's a diamond. And so when we have diamonds that are pullable from packs starting day 1 of season 2, and our season-long grinds for these game modes end in us getting a ruby, that's a big issue. Because what that's saying is if you grind the game, you're going to get rewarded by getting a ruby card. And if you spend money on the game, or you spend your hard-earned MT on the game, that's the only way that you're going to be getting the amethysts and the diamonds. I mean, this is terrible. I mean, looking at it now, we have our only amethyst that we can earn, not counting tokens, is Kevin McHale. Is that right? I think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not counting the 40 token reward Jerome Kersey. So the only non-Ruby reward cards that you can get are an Amethyst Kevin McHale, who's probably going to have no outside game and is going to be a god on the post. That's great. That's exactly what I want in Season 2. I want a pasty-ass white boy for the Boston Celtics in my paint. Or if I don't want to get him, then I'm going to have a Diamond Will Chamberlain who's going to replace Kevin McHale as... If I'm going to have someone who's going to play center and can't shoot, I'd rather be a Diamond Wilt Chamberlain than a Kevin McHale. So I'm literally getting a replacement for one of the non-Ruby reward cards. And then the Diamond Shea, I mean, in order to get the Diamond Shea, I need to get all the trash rubies that I have to grind for. I don't want any of those rubies. Like, I don't want to have to grind for, Chris Morris or any of these bums to have to go and get Diamond Shea. And then what, just get a point guard that may compete with Dwayne Wade? No. I mean, Shea's a great reward Don't get me wrong, but the path to getting to Shea is very annoying. Just because the rewards all suck. And then again, as Harry mentioned, we have the Amethyst Donovan Mitchell that's coming as a part of the Pro Pass. The only reason I'm considering getting the Pro Pass is because of the XP coins. Because you
Yeah.
get so many, and as someone who doesn't have as much time to play the game, I appreciate having the opportunity to get more XP per game. And even this I'm worried about, because what really helped in Season 1 was domination. Well, all-time domination doesn't really move me that much because it's so difficult to beat them by 15 points. I haven't played a game yet, but I mean, Harry, I think you have, and a lot of other people have, and people are complaining about how difficult that game mode is. So it's like,
Yeah.
how am I gonna grind as an offline, majority offline grinder? How am I gonna grind XP? Do you expect me to just play TT offline over and over and over and over again? Do you want me to repeat domination just to cap out a 4,000 MT? Like, we need more. I'm hoping they introduce some other domination next week, because I doubt we're getting anything tomorrow. But this is all very, very upsetting when it comes to the player rewards. And then, I'm sorry. One last thing for salary cap, we are getting an Amethyst Terry Dishinger. But the fact that they're, like, what they should have done is done some sort of event to celebrate Terry Dishinger. Not make him the salary cap reward that we're not going to get for weeks. Like, by the time it comes around, we're going to forget that he even died. And that sucks. Take advantage of it now. It should have been Amethyst Terry Dishinger as the card that's available in salary cap for the first couple of weeks. Not Ruby Yi Jian Yan, which I think he's going to be a good card, that Ruby Yi card, but it should be Terry Dishinger. I'm very upset about that. We didn't get to talk about salary cap, Harry. Any thoughts about the rewards here for salary cap?
Like none of them sound good,
like,
or
yeah, it's not good
I
at
mean,
all. Like, why is everything a Ruby? I don't get that.
none of it makes sense. I mean, like, I'm entering into season 2. I don't care about the Wilt. I don't care about the Shy or Shay. I don't care about any of these rewards. So like Jan said, what's the plan here? I don't know what I'm gonna do in my team. Like that, like, if you're gonna have all these like awful rewards, at least make like a good. Like, I don't think he's a fine. I think he would have been a good reward for like any of these modes if like later on in the year. But like as an ultimate reward, like Brandon Roy is one thing. He's at least a name value card. Like, we went years without him even being in the game, so him just being a card is cool. Like Shay, there's just nothing exciting about that. Like Wilt, it's like, well, I'm not excited to get a Wilt just so Wilt can get dominated by Shaq. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's anything else I can really say. These rewards suck. None of them are worth playing for. So I don't know how much my team I'm planning on playing in season 2. But should we keep going with the rest of the blog?
I mean, sure. I mean, the only thing that's really left, because we're not going to be talking about the jerseys coming. I mean, the jerseys are cool, but it's not going to make or break. The only thing I will say, before we get onto this, because I think it will be a nice segue, is if the rewards are going to be like this for the game modes in Season 2, we are going to need the events, like the events that we talked about in our first podcast tonight, covering our grades, our opinion on Season 1 in NBA 2K24 MyTeam. We're going to need events like the Dunktober Equal Chance Pack Agendas, the Pyramid of Powers, the Gauntlets of the Worlds, Fast Break. We need events like that to really carry us in Season 2, because if they don't, if you're an offline grinder, if you're going to be playing anything in 2K, it should be Park. It should be my career.
Yeah.
It should not be my
Yeah.
team.
If I can say one thing, it's like, I was thinking like today or yesterday, like why are these My Team videos that people are posting not getting views? What's the problem here? And yeah, you can argue that My Team isn't like the best it's ever been, but it's Park. It used to be so lopsided where most of the viewers would be into My Team when YouTubers like Cash and Jesser and all of them, but it is so lopsided. Like, Park views are actually good. Like, you see on Twitch, people are getting thousands of views every day just from playing Park and Pro-Am and Rec. Like, that's the thing. So, I think 2K had a really good opportunity to get those players on My Team this year to grind for XP. And when they do stuff like this and they're causing so much backlash, it's like, you're really just doing disservice to yourself, because there is nothing here that's exciting. Like, listen, I read this and I'm like, I'm happy it's giving me more of a reason to grind my players so I can play Park and Pro-Am and Rec with Jan, and
Yeah.
other stuff. So it's a shame that this is where they're at. After, like we both talked about in the previous video, like after a pretty positive overall season 1, this is awful.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see what the logic is in them doing this. Like, is it because they didn't make enough money in season 1, and so their way of trying to incentivize us as consumers to spend money? Is it to make us have to buy packs because the rewards suck? That shouldn't be how it is, at least in my opinion, right? Like, I mean, I think the way that they rewarded us in season 1, I think in terms of giving us the MT to go out and buy the players that we wanted, like Kawhi Leonard, I saw a number of people online last weekend playing with Kawhi Leonard, and that's not a card that you can grind for and earn unless you count grinding for MT and spending that as earning it. I think that's the route that they should have gone. Not, okay, we're going to start dropping diamonds in packs, but continue giving you rewards that are rubies in the game. Like them saying before MyTeam came out this year that we're going to basically improve pacing by keeping diamonds as the top tier cards in seasons 1 and 2, and we're only going to release a handful of diamonds. Well, that's going to change very, very quickly. Like, those hands are going to be massive hands, because if we're getting diamonds that are going to be dropping in packs, then we're going to be having a number of diamonds by the end of season 2, and all the offline grinders are going to have to show for their hard work are going to be rubies that they earned from playing all these game modes. So
Yeah,
again,
exactly. And again, why, listen, I know I don't spend a lot of money on the game, but why would I want any of these great diamonds to be used for what? To grind for rubies? Like what? Like, it doesn't really even incentivize the people who are spending money. Like, it's not smart at all.
yeah, and I mean, another thing that's not smart at all is the agendas that 2K has laid out for us for this first week of season 2. You would expect them to come out in season 2 with a bang because the rewards suck, and I'm sure that 2K they are waiting for us to come out, guys like DBG and other prominent MyTeam YouTubers, to come out and make videos bashing them for these really, really bad rewards. So I would have thought, okay, well, in response, MyTeam's going to drop a jam-packed first week of agendas for us, because I always preview what's to come. We're kicking off season 2 with Harry's favorite game mode for season 2 in MyTeam. Triple Threat Online Co-op is double XP this weekend, so you better bring your gun because it'll be Raymond Felton grinding weekend this week. And then, I mean, if you look here on your screen, which I believe I'm showing right now, October 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 25th, you're grinding for a Sapphire Series 1 card.
Well, also, you didn't mention there's a really big event coming. It's called the NBA is Back. That sounds really fun.
Yeah, that's on October 24th. That has to hit. Like, that has to be like
no,
a
like,
home
I'm kidding.
run.
I think they were literally putting on the calendar when the NBA starts. Like, I don't think that's even correlated with anything big on my team.
That is terrible.
Am I wrong?
Terrible. No, I think you're right. No, wait, hold on. No. I think the NBA kicks off on Tuesday. NBA kicks off on Tuesday, I think, with like Warriors Nuggets or something like that. I don't know. It could be Lakers Nuggets. I don't really know. But because I know the Knicks played Boston that Wednesday, the 23rd. So I think the NBA is back. Could be some sort of promo. I mean, if that is the name of a promo, that's really lazy. So I don't blame. I don't blame you. I don't blame you for saying that's them just making a generic statement like, oh, the NBA is back. But these rewards all suck. Like, okay, Sapphire Steph Curry was really cool like week 2 of season 1 when you were like grinding.
I wouldn't even go there. I would like week 1. By week 2, no one really cared about those Sapphires.
Yeah, like series 1, Kawhi Leonard. If I'm going to be adding a Kawhi Leonard, it's going to be the Amethyst. I don't want this.
How did we grind? How did we just go from grinding for a Diamond D-Wade to doing agendas for Sapphires?
Wait, I just saw. I'm sorry, Harry. October 26th, agendas for Series 1, Domantas Sabonis. Is Sabonis not an Emerald? That's an 80 overall Emerald. Am I wrong?
Yeah, not even a Sapphire.
That is so bad. That is really bad. I don't know what my team's developers are thinking right here, but none of this makes a lick of sense. I think that, and then that's basically it. Like, all they said is check back on October 26th to see what's coming for our first event for season 2, just in time for Halloween. I mean, I feel like they've already done a really good job of getting us scared because it's clearly spooky season right now in season 2. because I'm scared shitless looking at all these awful rewards. I'm gonna get off of this blog screen right now so I can open up a couple packs. Harry, do you have any closing remarks? I mean, I think we're pretty obvious, or not pretty obvious, we're pretty clear with our stance on this game mode being awful. Just to try to end it on a positive, given what we know, what does 2K have to do in your eyes to turn the tide and turn your opinion on Season 2 from being a flop of a season to hopefully at least a relatively okay one?
Yeah, I'll also add, I think you skipped over a portion of the blog talking about rewards. I can quickly summarize
Yeah,
it.
please do. Please do.
For those who like unlimited, they like to get their rings. Fear not. For earning one unlimited ring, you get a unsellable lift off deluxe pack. For earning 2 unlimited rings, you get an unsellable ruby player pack. And for earning 3 rings, you get an unsellable amethyst player pack. Unsellable, unsellable, unsellable. This is one pack. Oh my god. You're getting one player just for getting 4 wins. Like, can they at least give us a sellable card? Like, this is one card. This isn't a box. I don't know why everything has to be so hard for people in this game to make MT. I think it's cool that you can get an amethyst from getting 3 rings. That's fine. But like, come on. Like, make at least the ruby player sellable, or even the deluxe pack, which you can pull like a gold from. Like, make it sellable. And then they also talked about a mini game that you can get for each win in MyTeam season mode. You get a mini game for an additional reward. What does that mean? Oh, I guess those would be the door game, the wheel spin. So that's a mini game, I guess. The ball drop is considered a mini game. All right. Well, all of this sucks. I don't know. I think that I mean, besides besides anything, I guess besides the diamonds that they're putting in packs, which I thought was cool. All of this sucks. Like, there's no silver lining. There's nothing that can make it better besides scrapping everything. Like, that's literally what they have to do, is scrap all these bum rubies, including you, Felton. I hope you don't have my address. I don't need some scary man with a gun coming at me. But yeah, no, scrap everything. New players, new tiers, making cards sellable. You know, I don't know. Making the fact that we're grinding agendas for sapphires, like, this all sucks. I don't care to play this MyTeam mode. Like, I was already pretty sad about, being scared to buy players, and now I'm scared to play these games because I don't want to waste my time. So, yeah, I don't know. I hate to end it so negative, but there's nothing to be positive about. There really isn't. For those who are happy about the sleeved alternate uniforms, Mazel Tovs. But I think I don't know if that's gonna do it for me. But yeah, I guess we'll see how season 2 begins, because it's the NBA is back. We'll see how that goes. I'll end it there.
Yeah, the NBA is back is I really hope it's a promo, because if that's just a generic statement of them being like, oh yeah, the NBA, it's
These are the calendar. Halloween is here.
Yeah, I'm really excited for us to hit late December for them to be like, here's our event schedule, and just Hanukkah day 1, Hanukkah day 2, Hanukkah day 3 for the full week. That's what I'm excited about. I mean, look, to Harry's point, I mean, I don't think they're gonna obviously scrap the rewards and give us new ones. I'd be shocked. I would love if they did that, because that would show that they're listening as I pull 2 sapphires out of my perfect build packs. That's great.
But I mean, it's like they're telling people, do not play MyTeam. Like, it's like and I try to sometimes be positive about 2K, but there's no way to spin this. So it's like, it's either they fix it and they make it, and they have to scrap the whole thing, or that's the only thing they could do. And if not, then they clearly don't care. And you'll just be getting a lot of park videos with Jan and I, which we'll gladly do, and it'll be fun, because we don't need to be sitting for hours on co-op to get Raymond Felton. That's all it is.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think that's all. I mean, I have no thoughts really to share, other than I'm kind of in disbelief that it's this bad.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that we get something, hopefully every week, some sort of like event or something that's going to hopefully turn the tide, because if not, this is just, I mean, what I'm afraid of is that this is the MyTeam developers almost like punting on this season and being like, okay, we didn't really have a great season 1 sales wise, maybe because people didn't really buy packs. People chose to play a different game mode or a different game entirely. I hope this is not like, the beginning of the end of my team already in season 2. The one silver lining that I will leave is I do want to leave some room to see what they do with moments cards. Maybe they're trying to leave the rewards cards pretty bland because they're going to be hopefully giving us more opportunities to grind for cards like we had on Tuesdays. But to Harry's point, I mean, every reward that's not a ruby is some sort of unsellable pack, and that was one of my big negatives in the previous episode that we recorded.
But why wouldn't they say that then? Why wouldn't they say like? And I'm not criticizing you. I was like,
no, I get it.
That could be a cool thing to lead the blog with. Moments cards. They can be back and better than ever because you can grind them for agendas when they come out the very next day. That alone would make me excited. But they don't include anything. But the NBA's back, I guess. So I didn't know that.
I just pulled a Ruby Ron Artest. It's got 23K.
that Ruby Ron Artest is better than every single Ruby reward for season 2.
Oh no, I know. I already have him non-auctionable. I should say non-sellable. I'm gonna sell this auctionable one that I got for 23K.
Well, that's good because sellable cards they don't come.
Cards, yeah,
they don't come often.
They don't. They really don't. That's like my best pull since Ruby Paul Pierce from day 1 of the game. So that's pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully have better content to share with you guys going forward in terms of like I know Harry and I are trying to have more videos like this where we like share our thoughts, not just like in terms of like an end of season recap or a season preview video. We've been trying to do a couple of videos mid-season as well, and I'm hopeful that we can bring you guys videos mid-season talking about good things that are happening in season 2, because as of right now, I mean, I would say we'll end it right here, Harry, with this. If you had to, from a scale of 1 to 10, give me a number for your excitement level heading into season 2, what would that number be?
And we're only talking about my team, right?
Only my team.
A 0. I'll be honest, a fat 0. I have no interest at all. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I wish it was more positive, and this is not a definite. Like, I want to see if the events and the moments cards are good, then that can upgrade it, and it's not set in stone. But like, I have so much excitement for Park and grinding my career this year and playing Requiem that like. I'm not going to force myself to play this because like I said, the rewards are not good in any mode for me. None of them. The player market is going to continue as it is with, awful reductions in prices. Like I have no excitement whatsoever. And that's not even like an over exaggeration. Like I'm not excited at all.
Yeah.
So it's on 2K to like make it better. So we'll see how they go about season 2.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say I'll give it a 1 just because I want to give them a little bit of hope because I did.
And that's the thing. That's why I said events and stuff can make it better. But based on reading this blog, I mean,
oh
you
yeah,
know what I mean?
it's a 0.
Right.
I mean,
yeah,
there's nothing to be excited about. I mean, I like Wilt. I think Wilt's really cool, but like that's level 40. I'm not gonna get there for a long time. So,
but it's like if there wasn't a Shaq the past season that was so much better in every possible way, maybe we'd be more excited. But
yeah, I mean, I still want to see what the ratings look like tomorrow. But even then, it's like, okay, maybe that Wilt's better than Shaq. But by the time we get Wilt, I mean, us getting a Diamond Wilt makes me feel like we're gonna get like a Diamond Porzingis now, and or like some other like Diamond big. Maybe this is the season that we get Diamond Victor, from San Antonio, and we get him,
oh my god!
As like the new top tier power forward center, and I don't want to be dealing with the 7'5" Wemby diamond card that's purchasable from the store. And I feel like if 2K is really desperate for money, that's when they're gonna put that kind of card into the player market. So, but yeah, I think we're gonna leave it right there. Harry, once again, thank you for the double header, 2 videos today. Awesome stuff. I'm gonna try to get both videos out before season 2 drops. I'll get season 1's video or season 1's recap out tonight, and the season 2 video out tomorrow morning. So, Harry, once again, I appreciate you. All of the viewers, I appreciate you guys. If you have any thoughts on season 2, especially if they're positive somehow, I would love to hear it in the comment section down below. There won't be any criticism. I'm open to any opinion because I'm looking for a reason to be optimistic heading into season 2. And when one of my voices of optimism in Harry is telling me that he has a 0 level of excitement heading into season 2, Um, it's red alert. It's red alert for season 2. We'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace.